And today I'm not gonna do the filling today because my weekend was really exhausting. I went to the mountains, to the forest for mushroom hunting, a bit of foraging. So it takes me about 2 days because I didn't sleep. Saturday I woke up at 3 a.m. Yesterday I woke up, well, today I woke up at 4 just to drive back. And so today I want to talk about this new project. I'm a compulsive crocheter and a hoarder. And about 2 weeks ago, when I went to the city to visit my family and buy some food for my dog, I forgot to take this skein for the skirt. But I found, as I said, I'm a hoarder. I have lots of stuff that I haven't moved from my city apartment to the summer house. Hi, Julia. Yes, so I still got some yarn there left, and I found this green color. It's Anna, that's Aliza Miss yarn. I have lots of them at home and here in the summer house. So I started playing with leaves, and then I decided to make something like this. And then I realized that I can make some kind of the hibiscus. You know, there's the not the one that grows as a tree, but kind of, we call it the bog hibiscus that grows in the bog, in the wet areas. And I decided to make a leaf like that. You know, some of the hibiscuses have this like 3 fingers on their leaves. And then I decided they usually have either pink or red colors. So I decided to start with these two, but then I decided, why don't I have, as I said, I'm compulsive crocheter. So if I start something, I have to make at least half of it, and then I can leave it for a while and then come back to it. So the skirt and the top is still in priorities, but for a couple of days, I'm doing these flowers. For the flower, this is the heavily modified version of Antonina Kuznetsova's leaves. You can find them in my tutorials of the flowers of the dune. I've used the leaf like that there, and there will be video for this one too later on when I have time to finish with my hippiastrums, and I'll dedicate myself fully to the flowers. For the flower itself, I've used Myra Trenner's book as the flower, the wild rose. That's the flower in the original. But I did make some changes because I prefer to make the center of the flower a little bit different. And then I decided to make the all available colors that I can find in my stash, and then decide which one will go. Probably make 2 or 3 tops with this. I'll get this color. This one is a bit pale. This is the color. And one bit darker. The set with white, the thread and the padding cord. The same with red. The crochet thread and the padding cord, which is about 3 times 3 times thicker. Same with the cream color. Remember the skirt? Yeah, there's still lots of yarn like this left. And then I decided I will use some of this Miss batik design, which is the very long sections, and use this color for the, you know, this kind of the different, the blue and purple, pink and purple flowers. They're also quite nice, and I'll have these will be the leaves, and probably find another shade of yellow. This one go like this. We'll probably find something matching for these ruffles for the edges, so it'll be almost true to the original things. And probably I will use this one because there are some types of hibiscuses that have the not plain pink but kind of strikes with white. So I'll use this short section, short colored section for them as well. It'll be a long project, so I'll probably make enough motifs for 2 or 3 tops, and we'll see how can mix and match them. I haven't decided the background. Probably it will be something like this, and there will be also the kind of if you remember the hydrangea flowers that I made. I haven't found the skin yet. Probably it's back at home in the city, but it's a combination of kind of mustard yellow to mustard brown, also the stripes, and there'll be the stems of the flowers and everything. But these are made for the past 2 days. I was working on these 4 flowers. This batch was made last weekend while I was at home and didn't go foraging. I was enjoying my family, and at the same time I was working on crochet. Anyway, I'll get rid of the extra stuff. So what I want to show today is just this modified center and how I make these color changes. So I start, it's kind of a small tutorial. Obviously I will repeat it later on without all this off topics chatting, but I make 5 chains. For now I'll probably make this week, I'll probably spend time making these centers, and then I'll use them use different kind of yarn for the petals. But so far the center part, which is I don't have the hibiscus flowers at the moment because they're not ready to bloom yet. They finished the first part of blooming and they're just growing the new buds, but they're not. So this would represent the stamina and the pistil with the pollen. This is the you know, the hibiscus, most of them, they have this red spot in the center at the base of the petals. So that would be the part, and then different petals that I will use different colors. So I made 5 chains and form the loop, form the circle. Now I make 6 chains. Oh, sorry, that's the Myra's way. I'm not teaching Myra's stuff. And I make 10 double crochet into the ring. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. My fingers are feeling better now because last week, as I was preparing Rudy's meal, I had 1 cut here, 1 cut here, 1 cut here, and some minor cuts that I'm not counting. Just never let me play with a sharp knife, because I always cut myself. Now I make 6 chains. That would be these lines and the base of the petal. And I skip 1. I do a treble into the 2nd stitch. As you noticed, I've already secured the starting bit, the starting tail, so I can cut this off so it doesn't affect me while I'm working. Like this. Then I make, oh, thank you. And I make 3. So now I have to repeat 4 times, 3 chains and a treble, skip 1 into the 2nd. You know, it's good to be a hoarder, because at the same time I'm lacking concentration, so I always keep forgetting some stuff. This one is tulip, 1 millimeter. I prefer this one because the one with the flat handle, I feel it very uncomfortable to work with, but this round one is really nice. And buy them locally. They're, I don't know why, but they're really cheap in my country. So I make 1 double, 5 trebles, 4 and 5, and another double. Then move to another petal. So just repeat the pattern of 1 double, 5 trebles, 1 double for each of the yellow trebles, and 3, 4, and let's double. 1, 1, 2. As I said, I keep forgetting things, and once I came home into town, drove 65 kilometers just to realize I forgot my apartment keys. So I keep forgetting. I always keep some spare yarn in both places, so I can work on something when I have time. So that's the project, how it started. I forgot the yarn for the skirt, and I started this hibiscus stuff. Yeah, so probably this and next week I'll spend more time on this project. Next week I'll finish the top that I was showing previously on streams, finish the filling. And once that's done, I'll do the skirt. So I'll be filling skirt online as well, just to entertain you. 2, 3, 4. Yes, exactly. The creativity drives us into different things. I was just laughing with my friends that I have so many of these. So I do the slip stitch, and I do another slip stitch at the back, because that's how I will start the next row. I'll have to cut this thread, so I get the yarn to the area, to the base, and I cut the yellow thread. Yeah, I was showing my friends today that I have something like 15 boxes, you know, the these cookie boxes full of motifs that I was starting this compulsively. Some of them I have finished, some are just laying around waiting for inspiration to return. And I'm using this kind of raspberry dark color, dark yarn. I'm not sure, I forgot the name, you know, after this apparently COVID thing, I keep forgetting names of the stitches, is when you wrap the base of the previous stitch. So you get something like this in front, and I'll show it later. Now I do 5 chains, 4, 5, and there goes the time for this, we call it the relief stitch, double. So you insert the hook under this thing and do the regular double. So obviously when I'll do the tutorial there will be a proper name for that, but just for today, the wrapping, or I call it this way in English. I'll find the proper name for the tutorial. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I return back to this base. I place the thread, both threads that I have, on top of the chain, so they will act as a packing cord, as Myra says, and insert the hook into this first base chain that I made and do the slip stitch. Now all I have to do is, our threads are in acting as a padding cord, and then for the second row I make 1 double and 8 trebles, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the double. So it goes like this, and exactly the same way I will attach the actually the thread that I'll be using for petals. I'd say I would use this. I'm not going to show the petals because it's Myra's work. You can buy the book online or on Amazon, or you can visit her lessons in real life. So I'm not interfering with what she's teaching. I'm just showing the way I do some of the motifs because I modify them. If you have the book, you will notice the difference. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the next petal. Is my husband. Yeah, I remember that, Julia. I remember that time. Hopefully one day I will restore it. I will do it even better. But this time I'll have something designed on my own, since I finished this programming courses and restored my knowledge so I can create sites without using the built-in content management systems. I'll try to write it down myself, just the way I feel it should be. But so far, I'm creating content. You can enjoy it on the YouTube. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the double. I guess at this point I can leave these threads behind, so I don't need them now. And the last petal I make without this padding cord. Oops, I think someone's hair stuck. Yeah, the jealous person just came in. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and double. So I do the slip stitch into the base and I bind off. So the next row that I'll be doing will be, let's say, cream. So you can see as I do the motif, I get rid of the starter tails. So as a result, I will only have one tail left to bind off when I finish the motif, and of course a bit of padding cord. But I'm not gonna, as I said, I'm not gonna show the leaves. Just show the next stage with adding the petal thread, and we will talk about the colors here. Well, if you've seen one of those, so over here again I go between the stitches of the previous row, insert the hook, do one chain. So these two will go in the base of the petal. I don't know if you can see that there's threads here visible where I cut it. Somewhere around here, it's hidden. So when you do this, when you work over the threads, you're kind of sealing it. There's 2, 4, 6. And for the base, for the petals themselves, I make 6 chains. And if you continue with the pattern on in the book, so I'm not gonna show that. That's Myra's domain. And like this. So that's it. The thread, the 3 colors, all the tails are secured inside, and you can work. This works as a padding cord for the base row while you're working on the petals, and then you trim it. So as a result, you have only 1 tail left. And for this one, I haven't counted how much I think I need, but I think probably if I start with this one, I will end up just as it goes in a real flower. Starts with a blue for the set of chains for the petals, the different shades, and then we'll go a bit of green for these ruffles on the edge. And with this one, I'll probably start somewhere around here, or I will see how much, because the color pattern here almost the same length. So I'll calculate with this one if I can manage to get 2 flowers like this out of 1 color section. So I'll cut in half, and I'll start with light and then to dark, and then end up with orange on the other sides. And with these leaves, I will use them for the Sakura project that I was showing earlier. I don't know if I can, oh, there it is, because it matches the colors. As I said, compulsive crochet. This one probably can go as well, but it almost matches the color here. So I will use that one, the leftovers of this in this project, because I have plenty of flowers, but I'm lacking leaves. So kind of one skein goes in 2 projects. That's why I love this yarn. It was Antonina Kuznetsova that told me that I should try this one, because it's much softer than the yarn that I'm using now. Mostly it's violet, it's a bit more twisted, it's kind of rough when you work on it, and it feels slightly different. So this is violet and this is mess. It feels a bit softer to touch. And these 3, actually, where's the third one? These 3 are made with Maxi, and this one made with violet, and you can almost even see the difference. This one is a bit more rough, this one is a bit soft and fluffy. So it's up to you which one to use. But anyway, this color section is gorgeous. I have so many color shades that I have even the one I tried to make for the hydrangea, but I don't know if you can find the blue and dark green hydrangea in nature. Oops, sorry. But I do have now something like this. You know, I was cleaning up and I stuffed everything into boxes. So now I have to remove everything from the boxes into the desk. That was something like this. I don't know if you can find the real hydrangea with this color. But anyway, it's fun to play with, and nothing stops our creativity from inventing new shades and new colors. So that's another project that I'm working with. I've got the pink, the blue, and light green, something like even lighter than this, kind of yellow green for the hydrangea, and this one was a sample. So as you can see, I have lots of things to do and not that much time, because I'm still working on my hippiastrums. Got another 20 to report. I've got this, I've got the top to finish, I've got the skirt to finish, and I want to do everything. This is about the same color, the hydrangea flowers. It's somewhere packed on the shelf. But yeah, I really enjoying making these flowers. They are looking almost lifelike. Hibiscus. Those are the swamp rose, the Chinese rose, the different names for that. And as I said, some of them have the round leaves and some of them have this kind of 3 fingers leaves. So I'll try to implement everything, both types of leaves, and I have to do the bit of work just to make sure that I have everything right. And probably make these leaves shorter, and they will turn out a bit rounder. And yeah, lots of stuff to do, not much time left. As I plan for myself to finish the skirt and the top by the new year and get everything ready, the motifs ready to do the layout. So I've got 1.5 months to finish this. As I always say to myself, have one project on the template, have one project ready to be laid on the template, and then you can start one more. So I'm finishing these 2 and I've started this one. I will start placing this on the template. I'll get something out of the drawer and I'll work on that. And once this will be the filling will be performed on this one, I can start something else. That's why I'm trying to reduce my whips, because right now I'm telling you, I'm really scared to look at the numbers, what I have. The 15 projects that I know for sure, but there are lots of the boxes that I haven't opened for about 6 or 7 years. I have to inspect them and see what I have in them, and have fun with that. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with this one. Really enjoying them, because right now I've got my flower mania. My house is fully stacked with hippiastrums, and now I moved to hibiscus because they are very hardy and they're blooming all the time. Not like hippiastrums that are blooming in spring and that's it, spring and early summer. And they're blooming. You can have 6 plants, different colors, and they will be keep on blooming, instead of having 450 hippiastrums that will bloom from end of February till mid of June. So this is my new passion, and as a new passion, flower passion, I have to make them in lace. So my telephone is overheating and blinking here, so I'll be canceling streaming for today, and the next stream will be on Wednesday, and I'll do the rest of the filling, and by that time I will do two more tutorials of this one, the leaves, and I will try to make tutorial for working on the neckline and the arm line, how I treat the filling on the area where your top will be is finishing. So I will show you how I'm making that, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Plus I'll probably, I don't remember from which channel I was, as I said, I'm running a couple of channels, and if I have mentioned the Irish crochet lace, I will put it here. If not, I will put my foraging in the channel, which is called The Big Lady of the Small House. This is where I do my hippiastrums and hibiscuses and clivia flowers and my garden and my dog and all the rest stuff. Maybe a bit of cooking. So all that non-crochet related stuff is on that channel. So you can join me there. That's it for tonight. Thanks for watching and goodbye.